How's it going, guys? Reedy here. What another Friday night show I got for you today. Obviously, pre-match talk for Aston Villa on Sunday. Of course, you've got that with me. And then you obviously got post-match from the Southampton game. I was down there, 7:30 kickoff. Was it a good performance for you guys? Do you think we deserved to win or draw? Do you think we should have lost the game? For me, I have my opinions. I'll say them after the start screen comes up. But get your comments in. I want your views. I want people to try and join the link. I'll put the link into the comments as well for you to join if you want to get your views in on live. And yeah, appreciate you coming in. We'll get started.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, guys, how are you all doing? Appreciate you coming in. If you are in, appreciate you coming. So yeah, let's get talking. So, Wednesday night, were you happy with the performance? My honest opinion, no. First half was absolutely dreadful. Coming out, second half, it was better, but we were two goals again from set pieces. Nothing's going in a good direction how we played that game. Yes, don't get me wrong, we drew the game and it was probably a good point for us. And yes, I guess some of the chances we had to win the game were there, but we didn't put them in. We did not put them in. And Jack, I've already seen Jack's comments saying Reedy out. No, Wednesday night was poor. 2 set-piece goals conceded. Yes, we came back 2 times to get 2-2. Probably maybe should have won with the chances, but we should be wiping the floor with them. Any of them goals that don't go in, we should be easily beating them. We should be slicing them apart. And we didn't even make it look. We made it look hard for ourselves. Yes, Jack, we will talk about that a bit later. We'll get that as we do end the show. But RIP for him. Great, even Reedy. I only wish we could find him where we would be in the Prem. That's the problem. Facebook user says, hi Reedy from Slingo Town, Ireland. Appreciate you coming in again, mate. Great also says, Wednesday night was shambolic. Their second goal was an absolute joke. What can you do? What can you do? We're awful at set pieces. Both times we saw it. And it happened. You knew it was gonna happen. Yes, it wasn't directly from the free kick. But what I don't get how we can't defend them. We let the balls come in. We missed the headers completely. Let them bounce around the box, and they just tap-ins. Yes, Evans got one for us, but for me, it wasn't good enough. Even second half, yes, we played better, but we should be wiping the floors with these sort of Southampton teams. We got embarrassed by Chelsea. Yes, we've had 2 decent wins since then in Europa League and against Watford, but it looked like we went backwards a bit. And for me, I said, I didn't want to say Rodgers out, but there needs to be improvement and a continuous improvement going forwards. And it wasn't there on Wednesday. John, hi mate, appreciate you coming in. First off, we did okay. Okay, that's probably the best you can say. It was okay. Maz, appreciate you coming in. Jim, second half wasn't too bad, a bit more direct and Vards would normally put that chance away. Exactly. We did have the chances to win the game, which you could kind of say probably it's hard because I can't say we deserve to win it because I don't think we played well enough to do. We don't concede 2 goals and win the game, especially from how we conceded them as well. Maz, appreciate you coming in as well. Andy Mellers, good to meet you the other week, by the way. Was it Watford? But Casper needs more commanding. it hurts to see when he's under pressure. He just boots the ball without even looking, and it just really doesn't do well. Phil says last game Leicester City should win. I'm guessing you mean Southampton. We should be winning them games exactly. Roy says I wouldn't call that performance anywhere close to what we are known for. As usual, slow start, shambolic defending. Exactly. I don't want to be negative, but there's certain things where, like we said, after that Chelsea game, there was a whole thing about Rodgers in, Rodgers out. I was on the edge because no, I don't want him to go, but we need some sort of improvement and some sort of progress to looking how we know we can do. Like I say, the first two games did that, but then it just went back into that old back four, passing around the back as well. For me, it's hard. And John says we need to beat Villa exactly. And do you know what? The next, I called game on Wednesday, and the next two games, these should be really three pointers each game. But we've already lost 2 points to Southampton. Villa's probably going to be the hardest game. And then you've got Newcastle, which really, do you know what? I don't want to say it, but they've not won a game. They've not won a game. Newcastle hasn't. Will it happen again? I don't know. Neil says, hi, Reedy. I was a guy outside Tesco's in Loughborough on Wednesday. Yes, Neil. Hello, mate. Appreciate you coming in. I remember you. Appreciate you coming in, and thank you for saying hi. I appreciate meeting with me, and hope you're okay. I had a good time in Southampton. Yes, the point wasn't the best, but never mind. Gray, for some reason, we seem to think we can start playing when we go behind. It happens every game, Gray. I don't want to be negative, but there needs to be improvement, and Villa's the next big tough game, and it won't be an easy 3 points. I assure you for that. Fee Rodgers doesn't take kicks, saves the ball. Players do. I know. And I guess, is it tactics wise it doesn't work? I'm not too sure. I'm not. For me, it's just not. It's not good enough on Wednesday compared to what we were the last two games. Jim, not being a fan of Thomas, but the last two games has looked decent, more adventurous going forward. That's what we need in the fullbacks. For me, when Ricardo's in the team, it feels like we're winning a lot more games. When we have James Justin in last season, it felt like we were being a lot more attacking. And now Thomas is getting into a bit more of attacking role, which I'm glad. Whereas someone like, for me, Castagna and Bertrand and players like that on the wing backs just don't go forward enough for me. John says we need a new captain. I think me, Phil, and people in the office as well said I think we need to be changing the captain because who has a captain in goal? They can't really direct anything up further in the pitch. You need someone like midfield sort of player to really take it from there. Phil, boss, appreciate you coming in. I think we'll be doing okay. Again, a slow first half against Saints, but it's decent second half. Again, our first half was slow again. It wasn't. Can you say it was an improvement, Phil? For me, it wasn't an improvement from the last two games. It felt like we went backwards a bit. Yes, second half we came up a bit better, but we had to because we were 2-1 down. We had to. I'm not even going to look at the Forest comments because we know it's just a load of banter. Andy says, will we ever keep a clean sheet? Doubtful. But what did Ranieri say to us when we're in that kind of rut with conceding goals? Where you don't concede, where you get a clean sheet, you'll get pizzas. Does Rodgers do something like that to try and hopefully get the clean sheet we need? I'm not too sure. It's a hard one. Scott, I understand performances have been poor on the whole season, but I don't understand Rodgers out when we have 5 points behind West Ham in fourth. Let's get Justin back for final back. Tillemans, Ricardo, back to see where we are. Stability is so rare in football these days. I guess, and if you look at the table, we're not that bad. We're not that bad in the table, but like I say, results-wise, we shouldn't be drawing to Southampton when realistically they're not the best sides. We're a lot better than them. Why aren't we taking it while we can and getting them? Villa's going to be even harder. I won't be shocked to beat Villa just because it's how Leicester play. Willie Moyes says, even mate, all the Leicester players need to be on their game against Villa. Exactly. Phil says, how Harvey Barnes not scored against Saints. Vardy, how did he not score? Perez, he had a chance as well. 3 chances to win the game and we didn't do it. Was it because we were under pressure there? I'm not too sure. Indeed, he is so lax at times. I think indeed he was probably one of our best players against Southampton. When we lost the ball, it all decided. I could see someone nodding his head in the background. For me, he won the ball every 2 minutes. When we lost it, he tried to get it back, and there was a lot of mislaid passes that came. So I'm not too sure. LCFC Josh says this season will be a mid-table finish. I'd take that as long as we get far in Europa League for me. Either get top 6 or you get Europa League. That's the only way I'd take mid of the table. Mike says Casper's worst season in Leicester career. He's been on don't get me wrong, he's a brilliant shot stopper still, but his kicking and distribution is just slowly going down season by season. And is it because he's been under pressure with the attacks? I'm not too sure, but I know. Phil, we didn't lose. A point away from home is okay for me. I said that at the start, but the way we were playing and the way we probably should have taken it, we probably could have won it, but you just don't concede them sort of goals. Both 2 goals, set pieces in one game. You could see it coming. I was there. Jack was there. Every free kick, corner or free kick you saw coming in, we looked scared every time. Madison and Co really need to start. They need to play it on Sunday. I guess I would have liked to see Dakar more on Wednesday. I think he looked a bit more aggressive when he came on for us. But like I say, it's a hard one. Phil also says I watched the game with the Saints fan and he said it was there. He said that was there to be. He said that was the best they had played. You said that wrong, but yes, it was the best they played. Exactly. It was the best they played, but they still weren't the best. So for me, it's here or there. We will move over to Aston Villa because I don't want to get too much into the Southampton game. But I have got on my checklist improvements. We need to improve for Villa because for me, I'm speechless again because there needs to be improvement. There needs to be fight there. Yes, there was a bit of fight against Southampton, but again, 2 conceded. As Gray says, we can score 2 and concede 3. We can't keep scoring 3 or 4 goals because we keep conceding set pieces every game. We need to improve on the back line. Either bring somebody on the back post or set people up, not zonal marking, just man-on-man players. Or even put some people, like put Vardy or Barnes on the halfway line at corners to get the counter-attacks. We did that in the year we won the league. Why can't we do it now? Pauline, appreciate you coming in. Peter, I feel like we're going to watch Derby being a top Premier League side just isn't good enough. I guess. Jim, good question. That's another thing on my tech list. Injuries. Yuri could be back for Villa. I'm not too sure if I'm 100% on that, but I'm hopefully saying he's back for Villa. I think James Justin's not back yet, but Yuri should be back, and does that mean Sumari gets dropped? I don't know. I know Jack's nodding in the background, and we'll get him in a minute. But for me, I've really enjoyed playing with Sumari in the team. Other than obviously, yes, the Chelsea game was a bit of an off one for him, but other than that, I think he's been a decent midfielder for us. I'm not even looking at your Forest comments. I'm not even getting into that. I don't want to even start with that. Who would you start with, Sumar? Who would you start with, Sumari or KDH? Sumari for me. I don't have an agenda against KDH, but for me, Sumari is that box to box player. While I don't have Tillemans in there, for me, it's Sumari. We got any more comments before we do bring Mr. Jack in? Ross, after my skills before the game, I'm in the squad for the next game. No, let's say not. You were half drunk as it was against Southampton. So. We should get a new set piece coach because we are crap from corners, especially and why we don't use somebody on the post, Vardy on the halfway line. We just bring all the team back and still conceding goals exactly. And that's why for me against Watford and Warsaw, I wasn't saying we played brilliantly because for me, they're both teams that are near the bottom of the table for the both leagues. How can you kind of say that we played brilliantly against them sort of teams? Ross, I didn't have a drink before the game and got into the ground. You sure about that? You sure about that? You got in and you're literally on the tables. Me and Jack played some table football. Yeah, I know. you probably enjoyed that more than the game. I don't understand why other teams can defend, but we can't. Still not rock science. For me, it all comes down to Brendan Rodgers and the coaches. It's just, why isn't he changing something there? People are saying about zonal marking. It's not the players that are telling it that are doing that, because it's people above them saying, "Do this at set pieces." I'm not too sure. And then Zondervax does say before we bring Jack in, we need a new defensive and set piece coach. We've already said that as well. Yeah, for defense and attacking set piece. What's going to change? What is going to change? Go on then, Jack. What have you got to say for Wednesday's game before we get into Villa? For me, again, I'll say it wasn't good enough. I don't want to be negative, but after them 2 games, it was looking promising, and then it's just gone right back to the 4 at the back, passing around the back. And I'm gonna say him. I'm gonna say it. Evans for me again. I didn't like it at all. He was so slow. Go on.
I think Sage, the first corner of the game, they did what Chelsea and Arsenal did to us, isn't it? They scored from their first set piece. Zonal marking, Reedy. It should be man for man. Get man for man and get Vardy on the edge of the box or on the halfway line where we can attack, because we don't seem to want to get out. And then that second goal came. Johnny Evans were way outside the box, and then Castagna and Sionchu giving Che Adams that free header at the back post. I mean, who's marking what?
Ross, that does not give the right to say he had a good game because he scored. I said the moment Evans scored, I said if anyone else was in that position, it would have gone in. I'm just saying, if Marty was in that spot, he would have put that in. So you can't. Everyone was saying, "Oh, you can't be saying that when Evans just scored." I don't care. For me, he just slows things down. I don't know about you, Jack. Yes, he's a leader. He's got all that, but that's what people love about him. But for me, the difference between the Warsaw game when Marty got slit in after Evans got the knock, between that and the Southampton game, it just felt a lot slower at the back. There was no press of the ball getting up the pitch. But Warsaw, for me, was a completely different game because we had the ball always up the pitch. So, Evans, for you, mate, he's still on he should be starting in the team. Because for me, it's Marty that's getting a bit of a bad rep now, because why is he getting dropped?
Well, we'll all agree that Marty's been the best defender of Leicester City this season, whether it's been his rightful position or it hasn't. He's proved people wrong. The critics have been answered. I mean, Johnny Evans, let's talk about Johnny Evans. Leader, experience, you name it, Johnny Evans has got it. I mean, Cag sometimes lets him down in his positioning, but I mean, this passing around the back all starts from Kasper. I mean, Kasper, Schmeichel to Sionchu. I mean, Lookman, I don't think he had a great game against Southampton. Luke Thomas again. Very poor. I mean, Luke Thomas shouldn't be at left back for Leicester. I would have started Bertrand, but I mean, for me, I'm not a Luke Thomas fan. I wouldn't say I rate him. Yes, he's young. Yes, he's got a lot to learn about the Premier League, but I just don't think he's a top 6 player. Lookman, he's had great games this season. Not going to lie, I think he had a decent game against Watford, but against Southampton and Leeds, he was very poor. I like an Admo Lookman who attacks, not someone who sits there and beats around the bush and passes it backwards. I mean, there was one time in the Southampton game where he could have crossed it in, but he went back to Castagna and then we went backwards again. I mean, Samora and Ndidi, I don't feel it works at all. I mean, KDH, definitely, hands down, I would start him because I feel he's a team player. He runs back, he tracks back, he attacks, he wins the ball. He does everything what a midfielder should be doing, Reedy. And I feel he should be starting against Aston Villa on Sunday. James Maddison, man of the match again. Fantastic, well-taken goal. Sent one of the Southampton defenders to shopping. But I mean, James Maddison, this is what you want to see from him. The creative side, the scoring side. James Maddison, you know he can do it, and he's doing exactly that in his last 3 games. He's doing something that Yuri can do, and that's creating that. And James Maddison, when he's at his best, he's unstoppable. He's world-class. And for me, he's been man of the match for the last 3 games on the trot for me, and KDH was second man of the match for me on Wednesday. It's just this zonal marking what's letting us down, and this passing around the back. We're too slow to get out, and Samare, yes, he can win the ball, but when he releases the ball, he's giving it away. I mean, Wilf did that quite a lot in that first half, but so did the whole team. I mean, we can't single out any players. Jamie Vardy should have scored. Instead of going for power, at least go for placement in the corner. I mean, Harvey Barnes' shot, what a good save by Alex McCarthy. We could have won the game, but at the end of the day, Southampton were the better team in the first half. I'll admit it.
The problem is, do you think we deserve to win it? Yes, we had the chances to win it. And obviously, we had 3 chances after it 2-2 where we could have easily have won it. But I've said we should not be 2 goals down from 2 set pieces and still deserve to win it for me.
No, we shouldn't be 2-0 down at all. Or 2-1 or whatever.
2-1, you know what I mean, yeah.
We shouldn't be down like that at all. I mean, no team should. Unless you're someone who's like conference versus Premier League side, then that's an all different story. I mean, Leicester haven't learned their lesson, really, this season, where we've been doing that quite a lot. I mean, the only clean sheet we've kept this season is against Wolves in the Premier League. Apart from that, where have we kept a clean sheet? I mean, we're conceding left, right and centre, but that's all down to defensive errors once again. We need to sort his defence out. A coach for me would be like a Wes Morgan or someone like that, defensive coach. I mean, someone who's going to have a bit of fight about, a bit of bite. If you're not where you should be, then he'll tell you where to be. And I mean, I think that's what we need. I mean, we lose concentration. We don't track our men. I mean, look at the Seunchu one where I think it was Redmond crossed it into the box, didn't he? Back post. Seunchu weren't tracking Che Adams. They scored. I mean, Che Adams, a Leicester lad. You know, you just had a feeling he was going to get one that night. But I mean, we can't keep conceding, really. We've got to learn to defend well and go forward well. But this zonal marking doesn't help at all, because every set piece, what seems to be having it this minute in time with Leicester this season, we've conceded the most goals, and I'm not surprised why. Brendan Rodgers, you know, he said if we can't win, don't lose. And I mean, I'm glad Brendan Rodgers got into him at half time, because I would play in the way they did in that first half. I'd have been doing a Brian Clough on a minute, hanging them up on the coat hangers, and I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? You go out to win games. You don't sit there and start playing when you're 2 goals down, for God's sake. It's not the way we should be. We should be more positive about our football than negative, but I'm not a Brendan Rodgers out before anybody starts.
No, like I say, for me, I was sitting on the edge because I didn't want to say him out, because I think it's probably the best we're going to have. But then, like I said there has to be changes. I think Tom said as well, we give him 6 games. First 2 did well. It just felt like we've gone back a bit after Wednesday. But like I say, it's a big game against Villa. With Council also saying, forget the lack of clean sheets. Rodgers is accepting that we leak goals. That is the problem as well, though. You can't be leaking goals. If you give Aston Villa the chance with Danny Ings, Buendia, Tyrone Mings, all these players, you know they will get goals from headers or set pieces. Danny Ings just scored bloody over a kick about 2 or 3 months ago.
Go
Like,
against Newcastle, wouldn't it?
but that's what I mean. Out of nowhere, just you can do that. If we're not concentrating, anything can go well for them. What else we got here? Kansas also says attack, attack, attack. I don't think we should be going all out attack, but there needs to be times where we don't have the ball at the back of the pitch all the time. And for me, like you said, it starts with Casper, and for me, it also starts with Ernst because, like I say, he just slows the pitch down a bit for me. Who else is saying stuff? Daniel Lee says Sumero doesn't offer anything defensively. He's too lazy. Take kind of Daniel. For me, I said that, and I think Phil said that as well. That game, yes, he was a bit poor, but I think since then, his aggressiveness and pressure to get the ball back for me has done quite well since the Chelsea game, anyway. And that's just the comparison between the Chelsea goal with Kante and now. Anyway. Sonderak says attack is the best form of defense, I guess, but you don't want to be conceding. But then again, we're conceding anyway, so what's the point, actually? Ross says Jack was very popular on the coach the other day, had about 34 calls, probably about 29 being cold calls. Simon, here's another one. Hello, transfer winter. Who will? I'm guessing you mean by the transfer window coming in.
Window.
For me, there's players that we can go for that probably won't cost us a lot. In maybe a Rafinha from Leeds are not playing too well. You can snap them off them. The way that Newcastle are playing, you could really take Maximin off their hands because if he won't want to stay there after January if they're not anywhere near the table. There's players that we could take and they could really push us to the next stage of the table for me. Haley does come in and say, yes, Ross, Jack is in the bad books. Berardi, his team has dropped his price apparently. That's what I mean. There's players in the January transfer window we could really go for, and it really could change how we attack coming forwards. Ross has joined as well. I will get him in for the last few seconds. But Neil does say Villa has scored from a corner in the midweek against Man City. No shock there against one of the best teams in the league. So we fear when we get a corner against us. It's just another thing on top that you could see against Villa. And then before we do bring Ross in,
bring Alan Carr in. Come on.
There is obviously one thing we need to talk about, and it's obviously the sad passing of is it Arthur?
Yes.
Obviously, I'm not too sure what the story around it is, but we are going to be clapping on the 6th minute at Villa for him. So everyone who's going into the game, or even on your sofa, please clap for him on the 6th minute. And then Ross and Gray, get you in for the last few minutes. How are you both doing?
Yeah, not doing too bad. So I thought I'd come on and make my defence.
Hey up, Alan.
In my defence, I did not have a drink until I got into the ground. Jack was my witness. For that, he told me to have a game of football. So,
Ross, you about fell on your arse taking that shot.
I know, I nearly did. Comments were saying get me signed up.
Graham's got the EastEnders on.
Pardon?
Come on, Phil.
Graham's got EastEnders on.
Yeah. Right, Phil.
No, the wife's got EastEnders on, dickhead.
So great. Before we do end, quick views on Southampton and then your score prediction for Villa, please.
I love Andy Mercer's comment.
Shocking.
So you think shocking versus Southampton?
Yeah. Never turned up, did we, in the first half?
No. Second half, yeah, I admit we were a bit better, but again, it's just a step back from what we were doing the last 2 games. And then score prediction for Villa.
2-2. I'm doing the Jamie. I'll go with Desmond.
We don't want another Desmond, not like Sunday.
Mate,
not like
I can't see us getting a result. So if we get a draw, that'll be good.
Yeah, I guess.
Jackie, you popping in Sunday?
No, I'm on the train on Sunday, so we'll see. If you want to
Ross,
meet up, we can. So
before you go, so how was Southampton away? Obviously, you don't get to many away games, do you? So, what was your thoughts on the day out anyway?
Yeah, of course. It was a great day. Like, no, it was a good day. I was doing a Steven Gerrard.
What the hell was that?
It didn't go down for everyone else.
I didn't even play Villa on Wednesday, mate.
No, it was. I enjoyed it. Obviously, seeing my nana before the game and everything. I really enjoyed Southampton, despite the result. It was an interesting coach journey. Let's just say the way back was very interesting.
Ross, when you play football and you're filming it, can you wear a belt next time?
Do you know? No. Do you know what it is? What it is, right, Phil? Sorry, Gray. Basically.
What did you call me,
Phil? I couldn't find my belt because I stayed at my mum and dad's the night before, and I couldn't find it.
I'll give you that one.
No, I'm not drunk.
I didn't say you were drunk.
No, someone's put it in the comments.
Ross, before you go, score prediction for Sunday, mate.
Well, I'm hoping they're going to put in a better performance. So hopefully against Villa, obviously Brendan Rodgers needs. Well, honestly, he needs to. What's the word? Kick him up the backside. It's a Midlands derby.
KDH has got to start.
I mean, this is an interesting fact. I don't know if we put it up earlier. Steven Gerrard versus Brendan Rodgers is the first time in the English leagues since obviously
let's
Celtic
hope
and
Gerrard
Rangers.
slips again.
And before I give my prediction, I can't wait for Darren Farley's preview on this with Brendan Rodgers and Steven Gerrard's impressions. I don't know if anyone's seen it. He's absolutely brilliant, especially when he does his very prude to be here and his Brendan Rodgers and his horse of his Steven Gerrard impression. But no, my prediction on Sunday, it's a 4:30 kickoff. Live on Sky. I presume it's on Sky. Do you know what? I'm going to go with 2-1 Leicester. So we'll concede from a set piece as we always do. We'll start probably slow, so we'll probably concede in about the 20th minute. I think John Evans will score again. Your favourite player, Jamie. So he scored against Villa before. He scored against Southampton 2 years in a row.
4-1.
Go on then. What's your prediction?
I'm 2-1. Just said.
Yeah.
2-1 Leicester. I think Vardy will get one. I think he wants a goal after obviously his miss of the day as well. So yeah, I'm going to say 2-1 Leicester. And obviously, Jack, good I can't be there because I'm working, but Jack will cheer us all on. Won't you, Jack?
You have to, don't you, Ross? I go every home and away game I've been for years, and then I get
called.
I'm
but
not
according to your missus, you were in the bad box.
Apparently, I'm not a fan, Ross. But I put all this money into this damn football club. I go every home and away. I travel up and down the country, done thousands of miles over the years, and I get called not a fan.
Do you know what?
Ridiculous.
I'm exactly the same. So I put a post, that video of me with football the other day. It's about having a laugh, right? In it there, you go to away games. Yes, you watch your football team. Also, you want to have a laugh. We've just been on a 4-hour coach journey. Well, apart from when we stopped at service and I had a Burger King. But apart from that, we're stretching our legs and stuff. I thought, it was quite a laugh playing table football. I won because I'm the best. But no, it was quite fun doing it. And then I got called, this is what we're sending to away games. I'm like, in the day, I'm having a laugh.
Ross, if you're negative about his football club, people say you're not a fan.
I've travelled down from Sheffield to go to the game on a Wednesday night. I mean, originally
give the man a gold medal.
Sold out. I mean, I got a blister from banging up back at thing. It was killing me.
What did you say? You fisted him, Ross?
No, I made fun. I said blister. I said blister. Right.
Let's get back on track, Jack.
Is this not a family show, Jack?
Yeah, I was going to say, Jack, score prediction.
It might be a bit too early for that, Gray. It's after the watershed, them sort of comments. I'm sorry.
Score prediction, Jack, before we do end.
I think this won't be the hardest game out the lot. I mean, before the Southampton game, I always said Villa were going to be the difficult one. They've obviously got some good players: Danny Ings, Ollie Watkins, Buendia. Leon Bailey's not going to be playing this game, I believe. I think, you know, they're going to score from a corner or a set piece. You know, it's always going to happen. I'm not going to write that off because it's fact. Every team's done it against us this season, so I'm not, apart from Wolves, so I'm not surprised, and Norwich. So I think Leicester's going to win 3-1, Reedy.
Yeah. And then for me,
technically the Norwich game was a set piece because it was a penalty. But yeah, carry on.
Well, not just that, and they scored a second goal that was a corner but didn't get allowed.
Well,
just added that in there. Yeah, so for me, I'm gonna go for 3-1. Again, I'll say that we're gonna score against set piece, but we'll score a set piece as well. And I'm gonna say a Marty in the defence of me. So just while Grace I bought Marty in defence, mate.
I'd start Marty and drop Luke Thomas, isn't it?
Yeah, I know you're on about Grace one.
I want to make a correction from the other day. I said Wilfred and Indeed by accident for man at match. I meant to say Kieran Dewsbury Hall because on the day it was Jamie and Michael, and then what it was just before I went on, we were talking about Ndidi. So for some reason I said that in my head, and everyone was like talking next to me. So to clarification, it wasn't Ndidi. It was Kieran Dewsbury Hall's man at match. So before anyone says I'm a clown and stuff, I mean I'm a clown anyway, but you know, so there you go.
Not sure who that's to, but yes, appreciate you coming in. Ross, we'll catch you maybe
I'm
on
going
the watch
now.
along.
Play on PS4, so
bye, Ross.
See you in a bit.
Yep, see you in a bit, mate. Great, appreciate you coming in for a bit. Mate, I hope you enjoy your standards.
Oh yeah, baby. All right, great.
Yeah, sweetheart. Drop Jack out and we'll drop Reedy out and we'll carry on chatting, sweetheart.
Rose between two Fords, eh?
Great. I hope you enjoy your standards, mate, and we'll see you another time.
The wife's watching that.
Okay, if you say so, mate.
Get him off.
Jack, I appreciate you coming in. I need to say, can we talk about Donny? What?
Can we talk about Donny, Low? Common Jack. I don't know. Richie Wellens got the sack, former Leicester player from Doncaster. So there you go. There's the news AD wants to hear.
There you go. Right, Jack, we'll either see you on Sunday or
I'll
maybe
see you on Sunday, mate. Yeah, see you at Villa Park, and give a round of applause for young Arthur who lost his life in the 6th minute. So rest in peace, Arthur. You're loved by everybody. So don't forget that. So yeah, if everybody's at Villa Park on Sunday, be sure to clap in the 6th minute in memory of Arthur. So yeah, thank you to everybody who's watched tonight.
Yeah. So yeah, appreciate you coming in. Jack, I will drop you out now. Appreciate you coming in. And that's it, guys. Appreciate you coming in. This has been the pre-match show with Reedy. Appreciate all your comments. And any more comments before we go? So on the rec, see you guys. Come on, City. Exactly. Radek says, hello, gentlemen. Such a question as someone see tickets available for the game Leicester versus Liverpool? Private, thank you. Don't think that'll happen. It's normally a pretty much sellout. I'm sorry, mate. Fee, Tom and Michael did the watch along. Yes. Kevin, appreciate it, mate. See you, Stuart. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff for the channels, and also go to all of our socials if you can. It makes a big help. Thank you for all the likes you've got already, and also thank you to all the sponsors of the Leicester Fan TV crew. And that's it. Obviously, going down to tomorrow's, and there's no stream tomorrow, but on Sunday you've got the aftermath / pre-aftermath show for the Aston Villa game with Janie, and then obviously you've got the watch along with them Phil on the Monday. Hope you enjoyed. Appreciate you coming in, and we'll catch you all next time, guys. Appreciate it. Peace out.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.